We have the counter opinion to this movie.
I didn't like it.
Comedy gold.
And what they really want most isn't on the menu. Diner.
Welcome to Kyle and Dave versus the Machine. This week on the podcast, we are having a huge discussion about Diner, so you can definitely go and listen to the audio version that is going to go in way more depth. Backstories of the actors, our feelings of the movie, huge conversation about Police Academy.
How can you not talk about maybe the greatest film franchise of all time? The most successful
Back
series.
to the Future, garbage. The Godfather trilogy, choke me.
Yeah.
It's the Police Academy 7-film collection. I need full goot in my face. Dave, we have the counter opinion to this movie, for sure. This is very much liked by critics. Most audiences seem to like it. This is a setup to say to you, what are your thoughts on Diner?
I didn't like it. There are moments in this that are salvageable. Ellen Barkin is great in this film. In fact, one of the saving graces. But overall, this film feels, what's a good word for it? Not cheap. Undercooked. A little raw. Kind of like
there's
eating
one
at a
thing
diner.
at a diner that you don't want is undercooked. Those elements are there. There is these setups to drama that are put into here that I think are engaging. The struggle between I like hanging out with my guy friends and I'm not having that same connection with my wife, or I'm having a hard time going across that threshold from childhood to adulthood. Like, all of this stuff is interesting. I want to actually see that. I don't actually find that the characters are all that well drawn. Even worse than that, there is no understanding by the end of this. It's either a deus ex machina that comes out and resolves an issue, or the hurt and pain are still there, but everyone gets to be happy because now they get to have money, or things just seem to be resolved in too nice of a package for me. When that ending kind of comes around, it's like, I guess that's it. I just felt unfulfilled.
We have brought this up with, Summer of 42, Last Picture Show, Straight Story. What was that movie? But the tractor trailer?
Tractor the Straight Story, yeah.
Give a shit. Where there are letters written to a specific audience that might understand, and I don't. You know, I am not a white guy in 1959 growing up with fucking greased hair talking about how women are shit.
You grew up in 1999 with greased hair talking about women who are shit.
Actually,
so that's
maybe.
where this should have been.
It's written and directed by Barry Levinson, and it seems clear that he knew people like this growing up, and there's some opportunity to build this into something a lot grander, perhaps. It is interesting to learn that Pauline Kael is such a champion of this film. When you read her reviews, typically she's asking this question of why aren't characters more fully fleshed out? And this is a film where they aren't really. All of the crises that come together, actually in the middle of the movie, you start thinking, maybe this will turn into something. Maybe this will be a perspective on human nature or these characters or something, some comment about who these people are. And in the end, they take a picture at a wedding and everybody's let off scot-free, and it's a fucking joke. Gambling, sex addiction, misogyny, toxic masculinity, everything's in it, and then everything's gone. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. We just go back and eat disgusting food and everybody's happy. So it is a weird
Other
thing.
films where there's a group of characters all kind of coming together, having conversations. American Graffiti, which I think this is a direct evolvement from, Terms of Endearment, The Big Chill. Those are far better films with more well-rounded characters, with more interesting conversations even. Because I knew of its prestige, I was really gearing up for this to be like a very emotional, like revelatory film. I just left disappointed. Maybe a thing of like my expectations were way too high, but I've seen this movie before and done far better.
And it is also hard knowing that Steve Guttenberg is about to enroll in the police academy and Paul Reiser is about to betray humanity. Mickey Rourke in real life is about to go and become a boxer in his middle age and literally have to have his face reconstructed from getting it punched in. Kevin Bacon is about to become hollow or have loose feet. There's just something about it that's kind of interesting.
You do realize that we are maybe 5 years away at the most, just like the new like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, of having dark and gritty version of Police Academy. No jokes. This is a no joke zone. Everyone
Riverdale.
depressed being in the Police Academy.
I remember when Helen was telling me they made Riverdale. It's like, there's going to be a comedy live version of Archie, and it turns out to be like a sex crime drama.
And now that it has like wizards. So
is
fucking
this still
weird,
on?
that show.
At the end of the movie, Mickey Rourke suddenly knows how to ride a fucking horse. It is such a strange movie.
Dick in the popcorn section.
I'm going to roll over my car as a practical joke. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I guess somebody's done it for it to be in the film. But at that point, like if I'm Pauline Kael and I'm watching a pre-screening and Kevin Bacon has rolled over a convertible, poured ketchup all over his face because he thinks it's funny, isn't there a shrug?
I'll kill your whole family.
The best way to prank your friends is to make them think you're dead. It is so funny. It is so funny. Dave, what happened in the year 1982?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing happened in 1982?
Between April 3rd and 17th, there's no entries, so we got an off week.
What was the last thing on the 3rd and the first thing on the 17th?
Falkland Islands.
Falkland Islands was invaded.
And the 17th is Canada. Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Oh, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That means that if this was the year 1982, Canada, no rights and freedoms.
We're enslaved. The yoke of colonial oppression.
By the way,
Britain
is
still
essentially Canada going
cracking
like,
the whip.
can we not be with you anymore? It was actually a text message and the Queen is like, who dis?
What are we watching next week? A lighthearted
Sophie's
comedy?
Choice.
Fuck. We'll get some Streep. We don't have much Streep in our podcast yet.
It took over 100 episodes for us to get the street.
Now it'll be like a solid run. Oscar.
You know
Oscar.
who should be in Police Academy 8?
And Meryl Streep might actually do it.
She make noises with her mouth. Her and Winslow going back and forth. Comedy
God.
gold.
You guys really are sick, you know that?
That's because you got no sense of humor.